In November we remember. In November we remember.
In November we remember.
If not us, then who? If not us, then who?
Hello, we're back.
If not us, then who? Let's go, y'all. Come on. For 10 more minutes, let's be as loud as possible for the next 10 minutes.
What is this
That's
on?
it. Let's be as loud as possible. Everybody scream at the top of your lungs. What y'all want first? No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. 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 Let's go. Come on, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. No peace. No peace. Police. 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 Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor.
Hello, hello.
Breonna Taylor.
Thank you. Yes, we're staying safe.
George Floyd. 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 George Floyd.
Please hit the like button.
Let's go! Let's go. We out here making a difference. We out here doing this. Let's go. Make all these people that's in the traffic right now hear y'all. Let's go. Black Lives Matter. 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 Black Lives Matter.
I'm gonna take that.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Police the police. Police the police. Police the police. Police the police.
Police the police. You want me to? You all right? Okay.
Yeah.
Violence is violence.
Supposed to like
Tammy loves Canada also.
No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. Police. Police. Police.
Absolutely, Jet G. Thank you.
Have to go. Have to go.
Have to go.
Have to go. Have to go. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
absolutely, Mike. You know, because there's plenty of good cops out there, brother. Plenty. You know, there's plenty. You know.
2, 4, 6, 8. Stop the violence. Stop the hate.
I think anybody that is saying anything opposed to that, you know, you just have to be foolish and sort of working off emotions. You know. Thank you, Lily.
Stop the violence. Stop the hate. Stop the violence. Stop the hate. Stop the violence. Stop the hate.
I love this man's shirt over here.
Let's go. 5 more minutes. Let's be loud as possible. As loud as possible.
I can't breathe!
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe!
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe!
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe!
Yeah, Mike. But Mike, when they say there's no good cops in a racist system, that's meaning that if it's a racist system, that there can't be good because racism obviously is not good. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, the bad cops, they make it bad for all the good ones. All the ones that go out there and protect and serve us, the bad cops make it hard on them. And they make everybody dislike cops, you know. We just have to have the good ones speak up more. You know, that's what it comes down to, brother. Look at Mercy.
Black Lives Matter.
Hi, baby, dude.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Lives matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, mate.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Black
Proud of mine.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter. All right, y'all. Everybody, find some shade right now because the rain is coming down hard. You know what I'm saying?
Baby up there.
Go ahead.
On the stage.
Take her up. Yep. Take her up.
Yeah, round of applause for yourself. Y'all was loud. Yes,
Take her up there, baby. Huh? Take her up.
yeah.
Absolutely, Honda Mommy. We got to change the world for everybody. For everybody. That's our goal, right?
Yeah, we apologize to them.
You're awesome. That's what you are. Yes, sir. You's a savage, Bruce.
This is why we're here, though. This is exactly why we're here. If we let a little rain stop us, there's no point in being here.
Come on.
No, it's honestly, my mom has an umbrella. I'm good.
Come on.
And I closed the.
You sure?
All right, y'all, so this is a very important part of all of our events. You know, we can chant, we can yell, we can scream, but at the same time, we have to educate. We have got to educate the masses. We got to let the people know what's
Knoxville,
really
what's
going
up,
on.
brother? Jose.
So that's why
How you doing?
week when we do
Oh,
this,
hi,
we got
Maria.
A couple different speakers. So that's what we're going to start getting into. I got a couple
Yes,
people
please hit
that
that.
are
Come on,
coming.
take her up there. It's raining too hard.
First off, everybody can hear me, right? Everybody can hear? All right, good. So the first person that
It's a pleasure to meet you.
the first brother that I'm going to have to speak is my brother Isaac. He's been there with us from the beginning, so give him the utmost respect. He was there in Melbourne, one of the first people there, and he's been at everything since. So give my brother a
I agree, Tammy. I definitely agree.
Take the buggy up or just let it go? We'll let it go for now. I'll just hold it up.
Yeah, I'll take it through the back.
There's no back. There's no back.
Isn't there? How'd Major just get up
He
here?
just went up the front.
Oh, I thought he ran around the back. Here, I'll put the buggy right here. Looks like it's slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't breathe. It seems like a simple phrase, right? And why is it whenever my brothers say it's a phrase? They stop resisting when all they want is one more breath. They just want one more second, not to hug death. George Floyd and Elijah McClain were the two to say I can't breathe. How many more brothers and sisters fled this one jumped in the knees? What did Tamir Rice's mother think when they said her baby looked like a thug? What about the 5 families of those who were hung? Sleeping, running, playing, and driving, all of these have led to people dying, barely surviving, when they should be thriving. You shout all lives matter, but what do you really mean? You say it to continue your hateful routine.
Thank you, Matt.
If you hear something you don't agree with, you call it obscene. You're also part of your machine. There's a revolution in our time. Everybody's fighting. That's why it's an acronym for riot. If you really want change, you can't stay silent. You can't say Black Lives Matter while standing in private. Every week I see my family crying. Every week there's another person dying. As long as this continues, I will never stop fighting. It feels like every day another brother or sister is taken. We can't let any of their names be forsaken. When it comes to all their lives, a racist is a thief. All that leaves us is anger and grief. All other brothers continue to cry and plead, I can't breathe. I started writing this part after Milton. I've been writing most of it since. Over the past 2 months, I've watched my country truly become divided. On one side is everyone who stands for Black Lives Matter, and on the other side is everyone who uses All Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter, which don't exist, to try and shut down why we're standing together. From Milton to Williamsport to Mifflinburg and Danville to Lewis.
Thank you, Chicken from Ireland.
We had minimal pushback from people who were ignorant to what we were doing.
Well, thank you for the apology, Kevin. Thank you, brother.
When we got to Watsontown, we had a lot of pushback. If I'm being honest, there's a lot more than I expected, and throughout the day, there's a point where I questioned it was more than I could handle. Watsontown was the first time I had a real glimpse into the hatred that my brothers and sisters feel every day. Now, saying that, I understand as a white man in America, I'll never fully understand what it's like to be discriminated against because of the color of my skin. But to feel a piece of that hatred was horrible. It took everything in me to stay calm and peaceful. But despite all that, it doesn't mean I'm going to stand aside and let my brothers and sisters be murdered for the color of their skin. I want to list off a couple names. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Elijah McClain. These are only a few of the hundreds of my brothers and sisters being murdered for the color of their skin. Let me give you a couple other names. Keon and KJ Williams, Tony and Frank Manzano, Javi and Raf Rodriguez. These are a few of my brothers.
I'll be out there tomorrow, Sean.
George Floyd or Breonna Taylor.
I'll be out there tomorrow.
Tamir Rice. This is why I stand. George Floyd, we heard about Breonna Taylor. The 2 trans women were killed and cut up, and 5 boys were hung. Then Elijah
one is too many, man.
The man who was lynched in Bloomington. To the 6-year-old boy killed in self-defense. And yes, I'm gonna bring up Jeremy Martis, because all lives matter don't seem to care about him. They haven't said a word about his murder, so I'm gonna stand justice for Jeremy. Because if they can't stand for him, I will. Amen. All this news and numerous murders have happened within 2 months. And that's not even counting the hundreds, if not thousands of men, women, and children being killed because of police brutality and racial injustice. Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Oscar Grant, Philando Castile, and countless others. My brothers and sisters should never have to fear for their lives because of the color of their skin. Till that fear is gone, I will stand at every protest, every rally, every event until things change. I don't care how long it takes.
Yeah, Tammy, that's a very good interview. I heard that interview. Very good.
And we won't stop. I'll be here till my feet bleed and my voice is gone. I'm not going anywhere.
Love that young brother up there. Extremely passionate. Speaks his mind. Well spoken.
Give it up for my brother Isaac. One
Yes,
more time.
sir. Good job, brother.
I believe we have a very well-educated brother by the name of Attica. If he would like to make his way up to the stage, we would love to hear what you got to say, my brother. Because I know he's going to come with that fire like always. Everybody give a round of applause for my brother Attica.
Not Mifflinburg. I told one kid is from Mifflinburg. I live in West End.
Hi, how's everyone doing today? thank you so much for being out here. Thank you so much for the organizing this all.
This one, right in the middle. Right there.
Thank you, yeah. Everyone for being out here. You know, when the rain really started coming down, I didn't know. But everyone stayed out there, and I'm really impressed, and I'm proud and amazed at all of this. In my backpack, I have a statement that I've written and a reading list that I wrote. If you come to earlier protests, you may have received this. If you haven't, you're welcome to get it after I finish speaking. The reading list is just some extra information for about policing, prisons, and things of that nature. Because again, like all my other brothers have said, in order for us to change this, we have to get educated. We have to build a community. So I wrote a little something for today, and I would like to share it with you all. I had a lot of difficulty writing something for today, not because I'm not inspired or I don't believe in what we're doing, but because police violence against black people and other oppressed people is so prevalent. Because anti-black racism is so pervasive, it was hard to decide what to talk about. If you've come to other protests, then you may have heard me speak, and I often bring up statistics to show how police and policies actively harm black and brown people in America, and how we spend over $200 billion on police and prisons. While these statistics are still very true, and I would be happy to share them with you afterwards, I decided to use my time on the mic to discuss how do we move beyond these repressive systems. Minneapolis has disbanded their police force, and Seattle this week voted to cut their police budget by 50%. So what comes after that? I believe communities should decide where they want this money reallocated.
Yes, they should!
More money for school, more money for housing, and not police, like we chanted, you know? Some may decide to put it into affordable housing or into after-school programs. Regardless, they should be the ones to make that decision. The people in the community, not the state or the national government. Who knows your community better than you? Certainly not the Congress people in Harrisburg. Certainly not the Congress people in Washington. If they did, they would not have allowed pharmaceutical companies to make billions off of the opioid crisis. They would not have allowed
Hello. How are you? Good, good.
We'll catch up later.
Okay, good to see you.
We have been fed stories on how if we are governed ourselves, we would descend into chaos. Yet we are governed by a small, rich minority right now, and the world looks like chaos to me. So clearly that's not working. The idea that only certain people can govern.
Michael, this is in Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
Racism and sexism, which advocates for the dominance of white men. Let me be clear. I am not saying that we need more people of color or more women in national government. I'm saying we need a whole new system of government that erases this sexist and racist hierarchy.
Yeah, I can see how diverse this crowd is.
Their security and their economy. The Caribbean philosopher C.L.R. James once said, "Every cook can govern, every person can be an author of their own history." Freedom from oppression happens from changing mindsets and changing systems. These rallies are an amazing way to change mindsets. But to change systems, we must educate as a community. I currently help lead some political education circles in Lewisburg Mondays and Wednesday evenings, where we talk about some of these topics. And I'm in the works of talking with If Not Us Then Who and some other Milton people to move this also today. I very much encourage you to come meet me, speak a little bit, let's talk, get to know each other, get some information, and I would love to see you at one of these political education centers.
It's coming, Frank, soon. Soon.
Give Attica one more round of applause, please. Very educated young brother. Please go see him if you want to become a little bit more educated on the topic we're trying to about. Right now, since we have a little bit of time open, we would like to invite anybody who would like something to say. Please walk up, please come up, say something. Meet us over here on the side, say you would like to say something. We would be more than honored to hear your pain, to hear your story. But right now, my brother KJ Williams, he has a little word that he's going to speak, so you can come find me if anybody wants to speak, and we will sure to get you up.
I agree 100%.
KJ, round of applause.
Like Freddie was saying, if anybody has anything that they would like to share or say it off, find one of the brothers, and we would definitely love to hear what you have to say.
Hello.
Getting your story out there is
just
as important as anything else. We're here to hear people's stories and hear what they got to say, so you can educate us on what happened to you or your story. Also, I've been to Atticus, his political education little meetings he has. They are great. I definitely recommend going. If you haven't been there yet. They are phenomenal. That brother is very well educated, very knowledgeable. Go ahead and give him another round of applause. All right, y'all. So I don't have too much to say today, but there's a couple little things I do want to talk about. So look around you. There's people here that were here in the beginning that I don't see now, that I know are not doing anything today. They have no reason not to be here. No reason not to be here. There is plenty of people that I know that I love at the end of the day that are not here. People that were here in the beginning are not here now. I don't know why. Maybe they got bored. They got bored with it. It's not, to them it might not be trendy because they're not seeing it all over their timeline anymore.
Yes, Paula, he left. Thankfully.
But to me, that doesn't matter.
I'll be up there at AMG.
It doesn't matter how many likes I'm gonna get on the pictures I post on Instagram, or how many retweets I'm gonna get when I post something on Twitter. None of that matters. I'm not doing this because this is a trend. Me and my 6 or 7 brothers, we would be out here if it was just us. Exactly. I will be here no matter what. But for all of you to have my back,
oh, good, Tammy. Congratulations.
So they asked
that's always a good
why
feeling.
We're still doing it because, I mean, some little things changed. They arrested the officers that murdered our brother George Floyd, but that's not over because Breonna Taylor's killers are still on the loose. Breonna Taylor's killers, and that's what they are. They are killers. They are murderers. They are still on the loose. So I will not stop. I will not stop. And after they are arrested, because they better be arrested, and when they are arrested, I still will not stop. This is 400 plus years of pain. And you can't say that I have not felt that pain because you don't know my pain. So many people say, oh, you live around here, it's not racist. You don't know that. You don't know my experiences or what I've been through, or what my brother's been through, or the stories that we could tell. I could stand out here all day in the rain and tell you guys stories. My brothers, I have people that have witnessed those stories in this town. Elected officials in this town have followed me around and followed me in the store. People that weren't have the same mayor have followed me around in this town.
Look at that.
Elected officials in this town have followed me around and followed me through the Turkey Hill when I was just trying to get some snacks and take my ass home. And I know he remembers it. I know he remembers it. So, Mr. Mayor, I don't know where you're at today. You're clearly not here. Because I know what you look like. I remember your face. I remember every dirty look you gave me in that Turkey Hill. I remember the whole time I was in there with my fiance, you followed me around. And as soon as I left, I got pulled over. Tell me why. What, did I have a tail light out? I didn't use my turn signal? I'm sure. And tell me why I got pulled over that day. I was pulled out of my car by that cop. And I had my hands on the front of my hood. And as I had my hands on the front of that hood, what did I see? I saw another silhouette in the car. And usually when you get pulled over and there's 2 cops in the car, they get out. Am I wrong? They always have a partner and they're always on both sides of your car. But this time was a little bit different because this individual did not get out of the car. I can give you one guess who was in that passenger seat of that cop car. The same man that was in Turkey Hill. The mayor. So tell me why. What I did to be pulled over that day and pulled out of my car and have my hands on the hood of my car. As you pat me down, I didn't do anything wrong. But for whatever reason, I was at the wrong spot at the wrong time in the wrong Turkey Hill and the wrong man was there. And the wrong man's the mayor of this town. That's my own personal experience. So don't tell me what I've experienced. And there was people that were there that can back that story up if he doesn't believe it or if he doesn't remember. But just go ask him if he has a hat that says mayor on it. And they ask us why we haven't stopped, because there has been a little bit of subtle change. But I don't think that's changed at all. I still see it happening. I saw brothers from this town get punched in the face by the cops in the Poconos just a couple days ago. Tell me why. And if you haven't seen that video, come find me or one of my brothers, we can show it to you. Tell me why in Allentown, just yesterday, there was a brother on the ground with a knee on his neck. If you haven't seen it, come find me or my brothers, we can show it to you, because it hasn't stopped. And it just seems like it's getting closer to home. When I saw that video of my brothers that I personally know getting punched in the face by the cops while they're on the ground with their hands behind their back in cuffs, the anger inside of me just would not stop. The fire inside of me is higher than it has ever been. When I saw that man in Allentown with a knee on the back of his neck, head on the curb, it lit that fire inside me again. If you ever thought our motivation was running out, think again. If you ever thought our motivation was running out, think again. If you think this will be the last one, please think again.
Sean, this is in Sunbury, PA, Sean.
This has not stopped. It will not stop unless we stop it. Unless we go out there and we do our best to make a change. I promise you, we will not back down. And if, like Isaac was talking about, in Watsontown, the hate that we felt was very, very, very real.
Me too, Shannon. It's a sign on the back of the
very,
shirt.
very real. But I'm going to let you guys know, just like you guys got our back, me and my brothers, we got your back. We will not let anybody try to intimidate you out here or make you feel like you were lesser for being out here with us. Exactly. Change is going to come. But it starts with us. It starts here. Getting out in the street. And we're marching today. Marching in the street. In the street.
You ready? You hold that while you go up there?
Thank you.
This is just the beginning.
What's up, young man?
I'm sorry if I am a little disruption to you.
Don't apologize.
To anybody in this town, if I disrupt you, I apologize. But guess what? I can't do nothing about it. I'm going to do it either way, whether you like it or not.
You still be playing with the dinosaurs?
Of course.
Because me and my brothers, we've been disrupted. People of color have been disrupted for too many years. We have been inconvenienced too many times. So if you think this is over, if you think we're going to back down from anybody, please think again. I promise you, nobody is going to stop what we're trying to do. And ask any of my brothers, they will tell you this is not the last event. We are getting bigger and better every time. We are getting more knowledgeable and more educated every time. We are learning with every event we do.
Tomorrow I'll be in Philly, Sean, tomorrow.
And we are making the people in these small, closed-minded towns hear us. Whether they like it or not, they're going to see us and they're going to feel us. And if you don't like it, well, this is America. This is we have a right to be here. If you don't like it, get out. Go somewhere else. Just like you tell us. If we don't like it, well, if you don't like what we have the right to do, go somewhere else, because this is our right to do this. And we will not stop until real change comes. Until people are held accountable for their actions. Until if you commit a hate crime, you are put on a registry. So everybody knows where you are at. So everybody knows where you are at. Until chokeholds are banned in the police force. All right, y'all, but That's just a little bit of what I had to say, a little bit of the pain that I felt in this town, a little bit of motivation for you guys, just to let you guys know we are not stopping, we will not stop. So, like I said, if anybody that would like to speak, please come forward now. We definitely would like to let you grab the mic and say a couple words. Thank you all.
Alright, so we have a couple individuals. Please, we have a lot of individuals came up to us to speak, so open spots are now closed. But if you still want to speak, please still find one of the brothers and we will get you in. Maybe not today, but another event. We have a wonderful gentleman right here. If you would like to come up, sir, we would love to hear your pain. And then, like I said, we got another brother right after him, Tyreek. He's about to share his pain. So everybody give my man, everybody please get Ed a round of applause.
The first thing I'd like to do is to have another hand of applause for the young man that was so great to have that great speech. It takes a lot of courage to say what's on your mind. The thing that's on my mind is
Yes,
this is
innovations.
a wonderful protest. I live in Berwick. It's quite different from this area, but I've been to protests in Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Wilkes-Barre Street, and Bloomsburg, where I hang out. I belong to a group called Action Together, which actually was another group called Indivisibles, and we're trying to change the world. This group today is going to change the world. The one thing that I took out of the last gentleman's speech was he had a lot of issues that he had to discuss, but I took out of that the positivity. He was very positive about wanting to change. I'm up here today because I want to tell you all the best way you're going to change society, the best way you're going to change this country, the best way that you're going to change this town is to vote. And I know what kind of response I'm going to get, but can I see how many people registered to vote or are voting?
Look at us.
I damn well better see everybody's hand up, because that's the only way you're going to change things. You could protest from here to God's end, and it's not going to change it. You got to pick out somebody that's going to voice your opinions, get a candidate, follow them, and vote for them. This is not a dead end. This is the start of everything. All right, thank you, thank you. Thank you all.
Please give a real round of applause for my brother Ed. Just because she's on the time limit, I'm going to introduce Bryn. She said she would like to say something to the wonderful folks and share her pain. So please, everybody, give a wonderful round of applause to Bryn.
Hello everyone. I just want to thank everyone for showing up to this. Like, I know it's hard. Sometimes it's scary to come to these things. Some of us are like, some of us have anxiety or crowd anxiety. But we all stand together. We're all here for each other. We all got each other's backs. I will stand for all of you. I will protect all of you, and I'm sure everyone here will say the same thing. We got to be aware it's not exclusively Black Lives Matter. It's Black trans lives matter. It's disabled Black Lives Matter. It's young child Black Lives Matter. Every Black life matters. Mixed Black Lives Matter. Those of you who identify with the struggles and the pain, I will never understand what you've been through. I will never know the pain you felt, but I stand with you. I will now, I will today, and I will forever. I love y'all, all right? This community, we will be the change that we want to see. We can't stop now. We can't stop with just one protest. We can't stop with just one summer of protests, because it won't stop. This isn't a summer trend. This won't stop. This isn't a sprint. This is a marathon. We gotta keep going, y'all. Stay strong, fighting. Keep coming to these events. I love y'all. Goodbye.
Everybody give a wonderful round of applause to Brent. That was amazing. We love you, Brent. We have one of the brothers who wants to come up here and share some real pain with y'all. My brother Tyreek Dorman. Can everybody please give him a round of applause.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? First of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you all for coming out here and doing this. I appreciate you more. We all, as a group, we appreciate you more than you can possibly even know. I don't even have words for how much love I have for each and every one of you to come out here and doing this. Because I know on a Sunday or a Saturday when we have these protests, you could be out here doing anything, you know what I mean? You could be sitting at home, you know what I mean? Instead out here in the rain, fighting for change. So I want to say thank you to everyone that's out here, first of all, before I get started. So I appreciate y'all, and keep coming out. And I want to touch on a few things here real quick while I have the microphone. How many of y'all have Instagram? I know everybody has Instagram. Everyone has Instagram. I know y'all do. Who remembers after George Floyd, they had Blackout Tuesday on Instagram? Y'all remember that? Y'all saw everyone sharing their black screens on Instagram, right? Y'all saw that? I know I saw that. Everyone was putting them on, oh, Blackout Tuesday, I stand with you. Now think again. How many of them people have you seen at these protests? How many of those people have shared or talked about anything other than that Blackout Tuesday post they put on Instagram?
That's it.
How many, I guarantee you how many posts, and I've gone back and looked, I got the receipts. I went back and looked. How many of those Blackout Tuesday pictures are now gone off Instagram? Replaced with them and little friends with the Trump banners. Clout is a hell of a drug. I'm telling you that right now. People do these things for clout, and to see everyone here who's genuinely here for change, who cares about change, it chokes me up inside to see how many people want change, how many people can smell change. That's the real deal. That's the real stuff. Like my boy KJ said, people will literally not say nothing because they're scared of how it's going to impact their followers. They won't share things on Instagram. They won't like things on Facebook. They won't post pictures on Instagram. They won't tweet nothing because they don't want their followers to go down. They don't want their family members to text them and say, why are you putting that on social media? You're offending me. That makes me uncomfortable. That makes you uncomfortable? Seeing my people, my brother and my sisters, killed in cold blood on the street, that makes me uncomfortable.
Damn right.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Damn right.
You don't like that? I don't like that either. You know what I mean? People say one thing and they do another. People want to keep this energy on in social media, but when you see them in person, they want to turn their blind eye because they don't know you. All because they see you in pictures out here doing this on the weekends. And that's crazy. That's not right. That's not right at all. Silence is violence. If you want to stand in your friend group and let your friends say backhanded comments, you want to see them, they might not be posting, but you see the little likes, they're liking racist shit on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, because they think it's a joke. And you see them in person, what was that about? Oh man, I don't feel that way towards you. I love you. Nah. Keep all that. Keep all that. Because when you love me, you don't get to pick and choose when it comes to human rights. You don't get to pick and choose when it comes to equality. You don't get to pick and choose what life matters to you and what life does not. That's what we're here for. I'm here for each and every one of you. I got your back if you white. I got your back if you black. I got your back if you're purple. You know what I mean? I got you, because that's what I stand for. I don't care what you do. I stand for you. I love you. I love each and every one of you here today. You know what I'm saying? I can sit here and tell stories and stories about hate that's been shown to me. I can tell you stories and stories like the one where I'm in a car when I'm 16 years old, driving down through this town, and we get pulled over. They shine the flashlight in the backseat. I'm in the backseat in the middle. They said, sir, step out of the vehicle. I said, what? Me? What about the other white people in the car? He said, nah, pull me right out. No questions, no nothing. Boom, handcuffs. In the backseat of a cruiser. No questions. I sat there for an hour and a half while 3 other cruisers pulled up on the scene.
That shit gotta stop.
How is that right? You tell me, you can spin that in your brain, you can twist that to me however you want to fit your narrative. I'm telling you this right now. That shit's not right. No. It's not right. It's not right. Not at all. And when I asked him, I said, sir, excuse me, sir, why am I back in this cruiser? He had nothing to say to me. He wanted to spin it every other way.
I like that sign.
You know what I mean?
Look at that sign.
You were moving weird in the car. But moving weird in the car? He was scared. What? How does that make sense?
I like this.
I know why you pulled me out of the car. You know why you pulled me out of the car.
You scared.
Come on now. Don't play me like that. Come on. I can sit here and tell you stories and stories about how uncomfortable me and my brothers are to walk into a gas station for no other reason than to use the bathroom. And then when you leave that bathroom and you want to walk out, you feel like you have to buy something because people are going to accuse you of stealing. Because you're afraid of the cashier giving you that side eye like, oh, I'm about to call him out because I think he might put something in his pocket. And why? Why do I make you uncomfortable? You know why, I know why. Just say it. Because you're uncomfortable with who I am and what I do. There's people that I've been friends with for 15 years now, 15 plus years, that don't support me in what I do. And guess what? We're not friends no more.
Right.
I'll tell you that right now. If you don't support me in what I do, we're not friends no more. And you were never a friend of me. I got family members that will constantly come at me on Facebook over and over and over. Oh, I can't believe you were raised by white people and you're adopted, blah, blah, blah. That don't mean shit to me, okay? I'll tell you that right now. I'm right here with me and my brothers, okay? I was raised, I don't care who I was raised by. What that have to do with anything? Talk about it! That had nothing to do with it.
Linda, how you doing, Linda?
You went to church, blah, 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 blah. Or you went to church, right? You claim to be a Christian, right? Does God not say, love everybody? You want, what? Yeah, you want, but you don't love me, right? Because why? Because I'm inferior to you? Does my life not matter to you? Or you just want to hide behind all lives matter narrative and not compete with it? That's why I thought they use that as a straight excuse because they don't want to talk about what's really making them uncomfortable. It's the fact that I refuse to sit down and be oppressed. That's right.
Stay still.
I refuse to
Look
stand
down
up
at
and
her.
say something. Guess what? We done with that. We done with that. We're gonna stand up. We're gonna say something now. We're here now. You gonna feel us. You gonna feel that pressure. We got to apply it every single weekend. Every single protest, we gonna feel it. You gonna feel us. And we make you uncomfortable, like I said before. I was uncomfortable watching my people die in the street. Watching my people getting put back in cop cars for no reason. Beat on for no reason. Charged for no reason. I stand for y'all. I love y'all. This ain't no race. This is a marathon. I promise you right now. I promise you right now. It will continue. Thank y'all. Love y'all so much.
We got 3 more people.
No problem, Jetchi. No problem.
So I guess 2 more. Chris, you want to come on up? My brother Chris. It's my brother Chris from Sealands Road. He's a very prominent figure at a very young age out there. So everybody give him a round of applause, please.
My name is Nelson. I'm on Sealands Road Borough Council. I know I'm a little out of my territory here, but I am speaking on the importance of voting right now. So what we're doing here is only step 1 of this process. If all of you come out and
Exactly,
protest,
Shanna.
that is absolutely
Exactly.
amazing. However, if you don't go to the polls, nothing is going to change. You need to be looking at the people that are running for these seats and seeing, are they out for protest behavior? Are they speaking against or for what you're pushing for? That is who you need to be voting for. Who stands for your beliefs and who stands for this movement and stands for the oppression of all minority groups, not just the black community, but the LGBT community. We need to protect black trans lives. We need to protect all black lives. So all of you better show up to the polls in November, all of you that are old enough to vote. And I do want to share this bit of information for those of you that are underage. There are still things you can do. You can help campaigns do phone banking. You can help them do canvassing. Even if you're 17 now, if you turn 18 the day of the election or any time before the election, you can still register when you're 17. So register now if you're going to be 18 before November. We need all of the votes because everybody's vote counts. Thank you.
We got a young brother that's from my hometown. He would like to come up here and share some pain with y'all. Give him a round of applause, my brother.
First off, I want to thank everybody for being able to make it out here today. Once it started raining, I was actually expecting a lot more people to kind of run away to their cars, but I'm just glad, it's a little bit of rain. This isn't going to stop the biggest change probably in our lifetimes. I know my lifetime anyways. But I just wanted to share a few stories that I've experienced growing up and even today as a 20-year-old man. One of the earliest stories I remember was in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. I was with my brother. We went into a Burger King, and when we went into that Burger King, the first thing the manager, he didn't even say anything to us. He just looked at us and kind of went to the back. So my brother goes up to the register and has to call out for someone to come take our order. Of course, the manager comes out, and the first thing he says to me and my brother says, "Look, we don't want any trouble. We don't want any trouble." And me, I was about maybe 8 years old. I was very confused. I just looked around and like, is there something going on outside? Did I offend someone? I didn't even say anything. I just walked in there to get some food. So we had a little bit of not even really much of an argument. It was just my brother simply called him out. "Why won't you serve us? We're not causing any trouble. We didn't come in here saying anything. We just wanted to order some food." Sure enough, the manager goes back, talks to some employees. I imagine, look, they're not criminals, they're just people like us. So he comes out and apologizes, gives us a bunch of free coupons, I assume to keep us silent so we didn't go to corporate or anything. Now as a small child, I didn't really know what was going on, so let's fast forward a few years. A couple of friends of mine, we were out in the woods just playing around, and there's a quarry next to where we live, so we were just climbing the hills. Cop comes over, stops us. I'm with two of my white friends, and real quick, I just want to say, I don't even like saying that, like, oh, I'm with my white friends, or I'm with this friend, but at the end of the day, that's just a fact. When the cop came up to us three, he looked at me in my eyes.
Thank you, Jack.
"So you're going to tell me about this vandalism that's what's going on here?" I said, "No, sir. I don't even know what you're talking about." He said, "Oh, well,
Alaska, congratulations.
causing property damage." So he looks at me in my eyes and says, "So if I check those cameras, that's not going to be you?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "If I check those footprints, those aren't going to be yours?" I said, "No, sir." He looked me in my eyes and asked me if I was really calling him a liar right there. I said, "Yes, sir, I am calling you a liar because I know for a fact I did not do what you're accusing me of." Let's fast forward a few more weeks. There were a lot of burglaries going on in my hometown. A man from another territory went out of his way and came to my house and knocked on my door and got me outside and told me that me, my uncle, and my brother were the ones doing the crimes, and he knew we did it. All I could say to him was, "I didn't do it. We'll wait and see who pops up, because I know I didn't do it. I know my brother didn't do it. I know my uncle didn't do it." Sure enough, they got the men. It wasn't us. Plenty of times I've been called an N-word, so I can't really highlight
Well
any
done,
of those
mate. Just
stories,
stand
but I
right
will
over
say
there,
just
because
about
Daddy's smoking. I don't
a week
want
or
to
two
see
ago
that.
at work, I was jokingly called an N-word 2 times. First it was, "Oh, I'll get my little ones to do it." I said, "I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that." Continue talking to my boss about my God. My boss and her husband also the manager sat there when this happened. They didn't say a word when it happened. So then I continued to talk to my boss about my job, and then he says, "Oh, don't worry, don't be offended. They're my big N." That's when I knew it. I had to walk away. I had to cool off because I was not about to let my emotions get the best of me. I was very angry. I was very upset, but I wasn't hateful at all in any way. I went, cooled off, did my job, came back, talked to him. I said, "Look, man, I don't appreciate what you said. I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you, but I really don't appreciate that. That really hurt my feelings." "Oh, well, I was just saying that as a joke. If you have a problem, you can take that up with my daughter or my boss." I said, "No, I'm talking to you right here, right now, one-on-one. We're both grown men. I'm not going to tolerate that anymore." So, since the manager didn't decide to speak up, I decided to call the owner. Now, mind you, we're not allowed to have the owner's number. I wonder why. I called the owner and I expressed my concern with this particular employee, well, these employees. Sure enough, I go into work Monday, then they want to sit down and talk to me. Then they want to sit there and tell me I'm sorry. They're sorry. And one of the things that stood out to me the most was they said, we're sorry we didn't do anything when it happened.
You see your sign, brother?
And 2 times right there,
Hello.
we were shocked. And I kind of looked around, I said,
how are you?
well, if you were shocked,
Good.
imagine how I felt.
Good.
Because I've been dealing with that my whole life.
Is your son? What's your name? Nicholas. Yep. Yep.
Of all things, I didn't care that he was working. How do I have a picture? We're not friends. Exactly. That's not a joke at all. You don't say that. That's not a joke. There's nothing funny about that. Just last year, I was threatened to be hung, and I quote, like the dirty black man that I am. Why should I be sorry for being upset about being treated like disrespectfully, hatefully, treated like I'm a piece of trash, treated like I'm less than a human, treated as an exception?
Beautiful son.
Why should I feel sorry for speaking up against this stuff, against this hate, against this discrimination? I've dealt with this my whole life. As you can see, I'm very light-skinned. And that's the thing that really boggles my mind. Every night I
Absolutely, Alaska. You got this. You got this. Imagine a couple weeks, right? You're going to come back in the chat and tell us how you got a month clean. And you're going to tell us how you got 2 months clean. And then you're going to tell us how you got 6 months clean. Just think. That's what's on way. Everything that you've dreamed of is on the way once you get clean. I promise you that, man.
I'm a very empathetic person. I try to put myself in their shoes. Like, okay, why would someone hate someone because of their skin color? There is no real body and we try to educate these people.
Alistair, how you doing, brother?
Say, well, oh, it's not all black people. It's the bad apples in the tree. Well, I can say the same about a lot of you guys too.
Hi, Mercy.
I love all of you, but
my baby.
You can't come at me and tell me, oh, well, it's a lot of the black ones. It's a lot of the black ones. But I like you in particular.
I want to find out where he works.
That's
Tony's brother.
My feelings pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
There's
Hi,
no
baby girl.
right way to be a racist, and it's as simple as that. That's what I want to conclude on. There is no right way to be a racist.
Absolutely,
no
Alaska. We all keep you in prayer in the chat as
hate
well.
someone simply because of their skin color. Like, I didn't choose.
Do you have any other trash here?
People argue with me. Well, you know, I've been picked on for my weight.
Look at her. Hey, baby.
Hi, Mom.
You can change.
Hey,
all of
beautiful
that.
girl.
I can't change my skin color. I was born this way. I didn't choose this. But I'm still proud.
Thank you.
Mixed black American, that's for sure. Every night I go to bed, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I'm
Hi, baby.
Simple as that. I just want to conclude real quickly. I love each and every one of you.
Hello, how are you?
I've made mistakes
Good,
in my
good.
life. I'm a human being. We all do. But at the end of the day, it's up to us to change and develop and evolve. And I've changed, developed, and evolved to truly love people.
How are you?
To truly care about
Good.
people.
Good to see you.
I love
How's things going?
He's working. Working at Bonanza.
I was speaking to him last night. I had to fight at the shop and I seen him outside. We were talking a little bit.
How do you think he's doing? It's iffy, but
there's nothing that I seen that was a huge concern.
Yeah.
He was dressed nice, appearance, and usually those are some of the first things we let slip, but also that's superficial. You know what I mean? But the times that I've seen him, I was happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was happy.
Maybe take it minute by minute. It's
Exactly.
not even day by day, it's minute
No,
by minute.
exactly. 100% it is.
I
Yes.
just love him and there for him when he,
Yep.
I go
Do
down
not
every day.
hesitate to reach out to. I know, but that's what we have to do. You know what I mean? And don't feel like you're a burden or anything. Huh?
I don't even know what good it would do, though, you know?
Sometimes just
I mean,
speaking.
the hardest thing was
Yeah.
him trying to get a job because of his
Yeah.
stupid background.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
So, but I think he feels better about himself now that he's started
100%.
working. So,
Yep. And good once you see that good things will start happening, he's able to save a little money and stuff like that.
but
That
he's got
stuff.
mounds and mounds of fines to pay off.
Yeah, see, and that sucks, but it's all part of it. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I
And
know.
listen,
Yep.
that goes so far for our self-esteem when we start having money and we, you know, that type of stuff is a very good step, you know, just for self-esteem, as you said. And sometimes from speaking to him, he struggles with.
Yeah.
with
Oh,
that,
yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know.
So,
You must dig deep underneath all of the layers of white supremacy to find out how we really got to this point in 2020.
But
How do we get to a point in 2020?
I just love him so.
of course,
I'm
of
so glad he's
course.
back home. You know, going with his body did not do any good.
How
That
did we get
just
to that point?
made it snowball
As
even
of
more.
June
Yeah.
19, 2020,
So,
there
yeah.
are only three
Hopefully, it's the start of
black-owned,
of
publicly
good
traded
part.
companies on the stock market. That's out of
Enjoy the rest of
630,000 companies. Picture that. In the NFL and the MLB, there are 4 total combined black team owners out of 62 teams. In the NBA, which, if you consider the players, is 75% black, there is only 4 presidents of operation that are of color. No African American was ever considered to be a federal judge until JFK took office in the late 60s. To this day, only 7.2% of federal judges are black. How is that equality? Why is it that most board of directors are all white men?
Hi, Scooby.
Why is it that most of our council members in our area, most of our school boards are all white men? How is it like this in 2020?
Right.
How is it that our school systems have so few educators of color? They say there has to be people willing to fill those positions, but there are. There's lines of black men and women looking for careers that never even look for them. So explain to me how they're supposed to get a job. Explain to me how a black male with the same education and the same exact job is paid on average 60% of a white man's salary. And based on a research done by Forbes.com, black females make 42% on average to the white man. So explain to me how we got here in 2020. Why is there such a disparity? Why is there a gap? Why when I walk into the corporate offices, I see nothing but all white men with a few minorities and a few women to be inclusive?
This is taking place in
But when I walk through a
Sunbury,
manufacturing
Pennsylvania.
plant, I see lines and lines of minorities working hard with white men standing at the top yelling down to get the job done faster.
It's buffering.
How do we get here in 2020? America is supposed to be the greatest nation in the world, but it's not. To this day, we are fighting to be equal, to be paid the same, to have access to the same communities, and to have the same advantages as our white counterparts have. Explain to me how we can trust the same government that signed the treaty with the Native Americans, granting them their sacred land, just for them to turn around a few years later and say, oh, never mind, we're going to build Mount Rushmore there. Or the same government that brought us here on ships to the land of the free, where all men are created equal, just for us to be slaves for hundreds of years. Talk about it. Or the same government that used eminent domain to tear down a thriving black community in the 1850s called Seneca Village to build the one and only Central Park. Talk about it. Or when President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed the Homeowners Loan Act and the National Housing Act, which prevented foreclosures and made rental housing and ownership more affordable. To carry out these missions, the newly minted Homeowners Loan Corporation created maps to assess the risk of mortgage refinancing and set standards for federal underwriting. The FHA, the Federal Housing Administration, used these maps to determine which areas would guarantee mortgages and which areas would be considered hazardous. You know how they assess which areas were hazardous? Through a neighborhood's racial composition, designating predominantly non-white neighborhoods as hazardous and coloring these areas red. This process, redlining. The denied people of color, especially black people, access to mortgage refinancing and federal underwriting opportunities, while perpetuating the notion that residents of color were financially risky and a threat to local property values. As a result of that, 2%, only 2% of the $120 billion in loans distributed between 1934 and 1962 were given to black families. 2% of 120 billion. Today, approximately 3 or 4 neighborhoods that the HOLC, which is the homeowners loan corporation, to this day, 74% of those neighborhoods that they deemed hazardous in the 1930s remained low-income areas. More than 60% of those areas are predominantly black. This is not a coincidence. In short, while the federal intervention and investment helped expand ownership in affordable housing for countless of white families, it has undermined wealth building in a lot of black communities. I'm gonna leave you guys with this one last thing. In 1944, President Roosevelt signed into law the Servicemen's Readjustment Act, commonly referred to
battery's
as the
gonna
GI
die.
Bill,
Yeah.
which provided a very vast range of benefits, such as guaranteed mortgages.
Battery's about to die, y'all.
But always a but.
I put another video up later on today. Another interview, and we will be in Kensington live tomorrow.
For instance,
have a great day, everybody. Be safe. Be kind to somebody. And thank you guys for tuning
even
in.
though the federal government would guarantee those. So it's that in Mississippi during those times,
Mercy.
they gave over 3,000 mortgages to the Veterans Administration, guaranteed. You know how many went to black families?
No problem. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Have a blessed night. Be safe, everybody.
Despite
we'll do it live later on tonight.
And this is in Mississippi. Despite their
Drop an
population
interview
being
tonight.
over
We will be in
50%
Kensington
black.
tomorrow again.
They were
All right.
received
So everybody
2
have a great day.
loans.
Thank you for
So when it
tuning
comes
in.
down to it, white
Look at her.
people
Say
have
hi,
had to
mama.
start forever.
Say hi.
It's our duty
Have a great
right
night,
now to even the race, to make sure